during my own time, I used pseudo cream. This is not a paid ad or anything like that, but it's really effective. The shape of a breastfeeding pillow is quite different from a regular pillow. This is why I feel like breastfeeding pillow, they are just designed to help you feel relaxed when breastfeeding your baby. So you need a breastfeeding pillow. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo. If you're seeing me for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching my last video, my last sit down video. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the words of encouragement. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Come on. Subscribe, like, and share. Click on the notification bell so that as soon as there's a video, you get notified about the video. So today, we're talking about something I consider very important, especially for new parents, new moms, people who are first-time moms who don't know where to start. If you're a first-time mom, or a first-time mom or a parent that might need this information, please tag them. Sometimes you just want you want the perspective of someone who is a mom already, to guide you through the process of things you need to buy, what you need to purchase, because sometimes you buy some things and you realize that you don't even need them, or your baby does not even need them. There's so many items in the market that everyone is projecting or advertising and they want you to buy. Over the years, I've had the opportunity, by the grace of God, to make a list for parents who are expecting their baby and they don't even know what to buy, especially as a first-time mom. Sometimes it's overwhelming thinking about the fact that, I'm having a baby and now I don't even know what to buy for my baby. So the first time I made that list, it was just cruise and everything. But after a while, I realized that I have gotten like a few people ask me, what can I buy? So I actually made it into a list in a PDF form. And then whenever anybody just asks me, do you have an idea what I can buy for my baby? I'm expecting a baby and I don't know what to buy. I just send them the list. And then I thought to myself, why not help a mom, someone who doesn't even have access to me, someone who doesn't even know me personally, but is confused as to what to buy for their baby and for themselves as well. So I decided that I'll make this list public. Yeah, I'm nice like that. So I decided that I'm going to make this list public so that whoever needs it, whoever is overwhelmed, with the process of being pregnant and all of that, and still wants to buy things for their baby and they don't just know where to start, they can make use of some of the things that I will be talking about here. You can add or delete as you please, whatever works for you, that is absolutely fine. I would also encourage moms in the comment section, if there is anything you feel like you used at some point in your motherhood journey and has been helpful, and you feel like a new mom might be blessed by it, please put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Somebody might be blessed by that comment. Don't forget to put it in the comments. There are some things that a new mom also needs as well. And if you live in this part of the world where, it's not like Nigeria, where when you go for maternity, what's it called now? Antenatal classes every week, you get to have a list of things to buy, things that you might need or things that your baby might need. Here, you're pretty much by yourself. You just have to probably surf the internet or be guided by moms who have had babies previously. So that's one of the reasons why I am making this video. This video will be a blessing. Please subscribe. If you are being blessed already, subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell. It's important so that whenever there is a video, you get notified. You don't even need to search, for my name or anything. You get notified instantly as soon as I make a post. So yes, let's dive right into the video. I'm just going to say, the things that I wrote down. It's in no particular order. So I'm not going to say this is more important than this. No. Everything here is important, but you can also use your discretion to say, I need this or I don't need this. So you can add or remove as you please. The first item that I'm going to be talking about is a baby bed, a baby crib. Now, so many people buy baby cribs and they feel like, oh, I have a baby crib, but my child is not using it, or my baby does not sleep in the baby bed. They are always sleeping beside me. Well, there's a trick to this. Just like when you got pregnant and you found out that you're expecting a baby and you started taking conscious effort in taking care of your body, making sure you're well fed, you have nutritional meals and all of that. There's also a system to making your baby use their baby bed and their baby cot. So one of the things that can encourage your baby to use their bed is by putting them in that bed, like from the get-go, from the moment you get back from the hospital. Make them know that, see, this is your bed, this is your space, this is where you're going to be sleeping. And every time they sleep, every time they fall asleep, you make sure that they sleep in their bed. And sometimes this might be pretty challenging, especially at night, when you have to wake up to breastfeed them. But I promise you, just keep at it. If you keep doing it, they're going to get used to it. They're going to associate that bed with their sleep time. What you can do to also help yourself is by putting the bed probably close to your own bedside or just by your bedside, so that at midnight when you wake up, you just easily pick up the baby, breastfeed, nurse them, and then put them back in their bed. Your baby needs their bed, and if you can find a baby bed, you can actually find online, you can buy your baby items online as well, or in the shops, depending. There are so many shops that have baby beds and baby items that you need. So the number one thing on my list is the baby bed where the baby would sleep in. And then, of course, with the bed comes bed sheets, right? That's a no-brainer. So you're getting baby bed, you're getting baby bed sheets, and then blankets and pillows, or blankets and blanket covers, not pillows, sorry. Especially in winter, you want to make sure that your baby is warm and everything. So bed, blankets, and blanket cover. And then the next thing that your baby would be needing, or the next item you'll be buying for your baby, is baby shawl. You always need a shawl, especially when they're still like very little in the early months, where you need to wrap them in a shawl or carry them around in a shawl. So you need to buy baby shawls for your baby. Another item on the list is bathing bowl and probably a bucket. So you need like a bathing bowl because they are still very little, right? You can't just bathe them in your shower or in your bathtub. So they have their own specialized baby bowls that they use. And sometimes with this bowl comes like buckets and some tiny little bowls where you can use to fetch some water. So you need a bathing bowl and then you need a bucket. And next to that is baby soap. So whether you're using liquid soap or you're using bar soap recommended for babies, your baby need a bathing soap to bathe, so you need a bathing soap. And after that comes a soft sponge. Their body is still quite fragile. You don't want to scrub them like you're scrubbing an adult body. So you need a bathing sponge, a soft sponge. And you can get this in any shop, like they sell them in all of the stores around. Next thing on my list is diaper cream. This is important because sometimes babies get diaper rash, so to prevent this diaper rash or to heal the diaper rash, you need diaper cream. During my own time, I used pseudo cream. This is not a paid ad or anything like that, but it's really effective for your baby. So you just put a little bit in their bum and then you put on their diaper, and it really helps them. They don't get to have diaper rash. But if they already have diaper rash and you're already seeing some rash, you can still use the same cream, pseudo cream. And I'm sure there are a lot of other cream, but I'm talking from personal experience. So I used pseudo cream for my babies and we really didn't have any problem with diaper rash. So you can search for pseudo cream. You can buy from Nigeria or from the UK or any other place where it's been sold, but just be careful and make sure that you're buying the original product. So pseudo cream also helps with diaper rash. Your baby will obviously need towels, right? When after they have their bath, they're going to be drying their body with towels. So you need baby towels for your baby, and then you need body lotion. So there are different kinds of lotion. So just try to buy one body lotion, in anticipation of your baby's birth. But sometimes you could give birth to your baby and then they have maybe some babies have dry skin or whatever, and then the nurse gets to prescribe a certain cream for them, because that has happened. For my first baby, there was no issue, like any cream goes. But for my second baby, there was this kind of reaction. There was a kind of reaction to the cream he was using at the time, and then the nurse had to prescribe a cream for him. We used that. We still felt like his skin was peeling and all that. He had maybe some kind of dry skin or whatever. So the nurse had to prescribe another cream. So you could just buy a cream and then watch how your baby reacts to it. If the cream doesn't go well with the skin of your baby, you might probably need to get something else, maybe shea butter or any other thing that probably the nurse would prescribe for your baby. So baby lotion is also an important item in your baby list. And then the next thing, which is very important, is navel cleaner. So you know, when babies are born and the umbilical cord has been cut and all of that, it takes a while for the navel to heal. So during that healing process, you don't want the navel to get infected, right? So during that time, you need a navel cleaner. For my babies, I used something that was like a spray. So it was recommended when I had my first child in Estonia. So there's this spray that you just spray on the navel and then you clean it with some kind of cotton bud, just slightly. So the spray prevents any kind of infection and all of that. So I feel like this is really very important if you're having your baby, because you need to clean the navel. You need to prevent the navel from having any form of infection that can adversely affect the baby. So navel cleaner is very important for the navel. And then you need the hair oil. You need the hair oil for the baby. So because their scalp is dry and all of that. So you need some hair oil that would nourish their hair at that point. So you can use any kind of oil. For me, I bought mine from Nigeria and then I added a bit of eucalyptus oil to it, just to help the scalp stay nourished and prevent them from catching a cold. So even when they don't have their hat on, the eucalyptus oil would definitely prevent them from catching a cold. So you can also try that method. Buy a baby oil, whatever oil that suits you, you just put a little bit of eucalyptus oil in it, shake it, just shake and mix it together. And then you can just put it slightly on their hair whenever they have a bath. So for baby oil, it's also very important for your baby's hair. And then you need baby combs. So, after bathing and all of that, the baby needs to comb their hair from being tangled. It prevents the hair from being tangled. So you need baby comb. And another item is grooming kits. So as your baby, gets older, after some days, you realize that their nails begin to grow, and you want to be very gentle and careful when trimming the nails. So you need to buy like a grooming kit that is effective in trimming their nail very gently. Not, some people put their baby's hand in their mouth and then bite off, or use breast milk, to trim. But I don't know all of those methods. But I know that for me, I bought grooming kits that has like the one I bought, actually, it had something to suction the nose whenever the nose is blocked or they have flu, and then it has nail trimmer, comb, and all of that. So if you have a grooming kit like that, it comes with comb, nail trimmer, and every other thing you need to groom your baby's body. Self-care is important. Self-care for the baby. Another thing you probably will need is cotton pads or cotton buds. This is also like, for instance, I was talking about spraying the baby's navel. So, you could need cotton pad to just gently clean the navel, or you're trying to clean their ear, you could need cotton pad or cotton bud for this. And then, of course, if you're having a baby girl, you need earrings for your baby. You also need a baby bag, like a bag where you put your baby items like diapers, changing mats, extra clothing for whenever you're going out. So this bag it's going to really come in handy, especially when you're going out, when you're leaving the house. You just want everything you need for your baby packed in a place. So you need a bag that has, some of them usually have like baby changing mats, like a changing mat that you can just spread on a chair and then just change your baby. So that bag is really important because you can just put all the things you need, your baby bottle, their change of clothes, socks, hat, all of these things into that baby bag. So a baby bag is important for your baby. And then something I feel is optional is a changing table. For some people, they like the fact that, they can just move their baby to a changing table and change the diaper from there. For some of us, we can easily do that with a changing mat wherever we want, but for some people, it's really important. I feel like it's optional. I didn't use it. I didn't buy a changing table. I just feel like it's a waste of space for me personally. That's my own opinion. But for some other persons, it's an important item, in the baby list. So it's up to you. If you feel like you need a changing table, you can of course get a changing table for changing the diaper and all of that. And then if you like also, you can get some baby toys, some soft toys for 0 to 4 months. So you need some baby toys if you want your babies to just have something colorful that they can just play with, when they're still like very fragile and little. And they are soft toys, nothing hard, nothing that can hurt them, just soft toys. And then, of course, you need baby wipes, baby diapers. There are some diapers that are really great. For me, I used Liberio baby diapers, and it's amazing. Like it's really great. I recommend it wherever you are. If you can find it, please go ahead and buy it. I used it and it was really great for my children. Now, let's talk about cloth items. Personally, for me, I feel like buying clothes for ages 0 to 1 month is not something you should invest, a lot of money in. I would rather you buy clothes from 1 month to 3 months. Maybe from 0 to 1 month, you could just buy maybe like 4 pieces or 6 pieces. They have this bodysuit that comes in like 6 pack in one. So you could buy that. You could just buy a pack of that. And the reason is because you could envisage that your baby will be little and your baby comes out big. That means the clothes will be wasted, right? If you have a lot of 0 to 1 month old clothes and your baby comes out big and can't fit into the clothes, what happens? Especially for those of us that live like in this part of the world, you can't just easily find someone to give those hand-me-downs. You have to probably take them back to the recycle. And baby things are very expensive, we know, right? Baby clothes, baby items generally are very expensive. From 1 month to 3 months, you could buy maybe like times two of the 0 to 1 month, so which would be like 12 pieces. And then from 3 months upwards, you can buy as much as you want because it's better for the clothes to be bigger, for them than for the clothes to be smaller. If the clothes is smaller, then there is no use for it. But if the clothes are bigger, they can just grow into the clothes. And then let's talk about other essential things that your baby need. Your baby will need a stroller, and for most strollers, it comes with the car seat, which is like the first one you need after your baby is born because they're still little and tiny and all of that. And then after a while, they transition into the bigger one, which is like a bed, where they can sleep in and all that. And then they transition into the one that is like a seat where you can push them around. If you are in Nigeria, maybe it might be optional, but if you are abroad, you know that you definitely need a buggy, you need a stroller or a pram, whatever you call it. So you need one of those. Like sometimes I feel I see people, buy it in Nigeria and then they just use it for fashion. Over here, it's not for fashion though. We make use of it. You're going to the shop, you're pushing your stroller. And then I like the fact that with baby strollers, the underneath, they've designed it in a way that they know that moms would always have something to buy. Moms would always have one thing or the other to buy. So the underneath, you can just put some items that you buy into them. So yes, baby pram is an essential thing that you need when you're having a baby. And then I feel like you also need a rocker. I used with my babies So either manual or electric rocker. There are times you're probably in the living room, you're just sitting in the living room, and your baby is just there. You don't need to carry your baby, at all time. And this is a mistake that some people make as well. Carrying your baby all the time, your baby will get used to, being carried, and then they would not want to play by themselves. But if you have a rocker, when you're not in the bedroom, if you're just probably catching a movie or something in the living room, or you even have guests, you can just put your baby in the rocker, and the baby is come. The baby, he or she can sleep or play or whatever inside the rocker. The next thing I feel you need for your baby is baby bottles. There are a lot of quality brands. There are a lot of quality brands of baby bottles out there that you can choose from. And then you also need a breast pump. If you plan on breastfeeding your baby, especially for those of us that did like the 6 months exclusive breastfeeding, which by the way, I hear it has changed now. I hear it's now like, I don't know, maybe 4 months or something. I'm not so sure, but when I had my children, it was 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. If you are going to be focused on giving your babies breast milk, if you already have a breast pump, it makes the work easier. So you just have your milk stored, and when the baby needs it, you just heat it up and you know feed your baby with it. So if you're going to be breastfeeding, or you want them to majorly focus on taking breast milk, you would need a breast pump. And then you need bottle sterilizers. So of course, if you're going to be using baby bottles, you have to sterilize the bottles from time to time. So you need a baby sterilizer, a bottle brush, and of course you need a bottle warmer. For when you need to heat up their milk, you need a bottle warmer. I feel like you don't need a flask because especially if you live where there's always power supply, right? But I feel like there are times when your baby urgently needs to eat. So before you heat up some warm water and all of that, the baby might be crying their lungs out. So I feel like just having a flask of warm water or hot water is actually important. It helps you in those periods where you just quickly need to make a meal for your baby. Another thing that you need is baby pacifier. So some people feel it's mixed feelings, right? Some people feel like this is not important, but for me, I would say that baby pacifier is actually important. Sometimes your baby is not hungry, they are just crying and just seeking attention and all of that. So with the pacifier in their mouths, they will be calm, and just do their own thing. But of course, one has to be careful so that they are not addicted to it, that they just use it in moderation. It's not like when your baby doesn't need it, you're putting it in their mouth. No, you only give it to them when you feel like your baby needs it. So for me, my babies used baby pacifier and it really helped. Another thing that your baby would need is vitamin D, especially if you live in the abroad, right, where they are not exposed to sunlight. And all. I feel like even where they're exposed to sunlight, in the first few months of their life, they're basically indoor, right? So I feel like even the nurse or the whoever, the midwife, would already make you know that your baby needs vitamin D. So vitamin D is really important for them. Another item I have here is a thermometer. Sometimes babies can have a fever and you just want to check if the temperature is okay. Sometimes you feel like they have a fever, but it's still like within the normal range. So it's okay to have a thermometer at home that you can just easily check when you feel like your baby has a fever. And then you need a breastfeeding pillow. A breastfeeding pillow. This is important because, when your baby is still little, you want to be in a very comfortable position when breastfeeding them, because if you're not comfortable, you would realize that you begin to get some back pain or some waist pain and all of that. So a breastfeeding pillow would help. And the shape of a breastfeeding pillow is quite different from a regular pillow. This is why I feel like breastfeeding pillow, they are just designed to help you feel relaxed when breastfeeding your baby. So you need a breastfeeding pillow. Another thing you need is bibs, baby bibs. This is important to wipe their mouth, when they eat and they have milk all over their mouths. It's easy to use a bib to wipe their mouth. So you need bib, and then you need mittens, you need socks, you need hats, and bodysuits. Babies need lots of bodysuits for daytime and nighttime. Last thing I have here for baby needs is high chair. So the moment your babies start to sit, the moment they can begin to sit, you want to place them in a high chair that has strap so that they are safe, while sitting in the chair. So that's the last item. And of course, this is optional. You can decide to do without a high chair, and that's totally okay. So whatever works for you. But these are some of the things that I feel, that a baby needs when they are born till probably when they're like 1 year old. Of course, the high chair, they use that until when they are, some of them, depending on the size of the high chair, they can even use it until they are 2 years or 3 years old. Yes, so that is that for what your baby need. Now let's talk about what a mom needs after the baby has been born. Most times we focus on, oh, what does my baby need? What do I need to get for my baby? Forgetting the fact that even the mom needs some things. And the first item I have here is maternity pad or postpartum pads. These are designed differently from the regular sanitary pad. These are just specifically made for postpartum. So a mom needs postpartum pad from the get-go. The moment your baby is delivered, you need to start wearing a postpartum pad. And if you're, of course, if you're in a place like Finland or Estonia, you get to have them free of charge for the duration of the time you are in the hospital. But the moment you leave the hospital, you need to, of course, have your own. So best to buy yours, before your baby arrives. So a mom will need maternity pads or postpartum pads. And then you also need some soft panties. This kind of panties, they are different from the regular panties. They are soft and different. You could find them on Amazon or any of these online shops. So if you just type like maybe soft panties for postpartum or postpartum panties, you would find them. And these are very, very good because, you'll be using some postpartum pads. And of course, with the postpartum panties, it just makes it easier, especially if you have C-section. If you have a C-section, you won't want anything that would rub on the surface of the surgery or the surface of the incision. You need a postpartum panties that will just, make it easier for you at that time. And then another thing you need is nipple cream. This is very important. See, let me drum this one. This is very important because, as a new mom, when the baby starts sucking the breast, especially if they are not positioned well, and this happens a lot with first-time moms because you're still trying to navigate and trying to get adjusted to the process of breastfeeding your baby, the baby might be sucking or latching in a wrong way, and this will make you have bruises. So there are some creams that are specifically for the nipple, and it's edible, so you can apply it and then your baby can still suck at the same time. It doesn't harm the baby. So you need to have this in your bag. Like before, as you're packing your hospital bag, make sure to put in your nipple cream because it's going to come in handy. If you don't have a nipple cream, by the time, the baby latches and you get to have some sores, it's going to be very, very painful for you. So having a nipple cream in your bag is very, very essential. Another thing that a mom would need is the postpartum belt. Depending on you, it's optional. I feel like this is optional, but for me, I had. So you need the postpartum belt so that as soon as your baby is born and you see how your body is recovering, you're able to tell when to use the postpartum belt and when not to use the postpartum belt. So postpartum belt is an essential for you. It just helps you to realign the uterus and make everything just go back to where it was before you got pregnant, if you understand what I mean. Of course, you get the point. The uterus enlarges during pregnancy, and after delivery, it needs to go back, to the exact, or it needs to go back to how it was before pregnancy. And postpartum belt is really important. Another thing that a new mom needs is nursing bra. So nursing bras are different from the regular bras that we wear day to day. These ones are designed in a way that it's easy for you to breastfeed your baby while putting on a nursing bra. But if you're putting on a regular bra, it's going to be challenging, getting the baby to feed. But using a nursing bra is going to make your job a lot easier. So nursing bras are something that you need. And of course, when buying nursing bra, you need to buy probably a size or two sizes ahead of what the size of bra that you currently wear. So for instance, if you wear, let me just use a random size. If when you're pregnant, maybe by the time you're like 7 months pregnant, you wear a size 44, you need to buy two sizes or one size ahead, because by the time you start lactating, your breast is going to get fuller and you will need a bra that would be able to accommodate all of that. So it's better to buy a size ahead or two sizes ahead for postpartum bras. Another thing you will need is breast pad. So if you're wearing a postpartum bra, you would also need to support it with a breast pad to cover the nipple, because when you start lactating, you realize that your breast will produce more milk, and sometimes when your baby is even crying, your milk will just naturally come out, and you don't want it to stain your clothes or stain the bra. So you need a breast pad for this. This is very important. This is one thing that you need to also buy when you're preparing for your baby. The last thing that I have for the moms as well is a nursing shawl. You need a nursing shawl. So a nursing shawl, you just put it over your head, and it's just like a shawl, just that it has a rope that you can wear over your head and then breastfeed your baby. You can do this anywhere. So it takes that pressure of, oh, I want to breastfeed my baby. There are people here. How do I go about it? I want it to be private. I don't want anybody to, just be staring at me and all that. So you just carry your baby, put the breastfeeding shawl over you, and then breastfeed your baby. It's pretty simple and easy. It gives you privacy when you're breastfeeding your baby. So breastfeeding shawl, I feel like it's a must when you're buying things that you would need for your baby. These are the things I feel like you need as a mom when preparing for the birth of your baby, when expecting your baby. If there's any other thing I missed, or if there's something you have used as a mom and you're watching this video, please put in the comment section so that a new mom can benefit from it. All right. Thank you so much. So I have come to the end of this video, and I hope that, you've gotten a thing or two from it. I hope that it blesses a new mom, and I pray for you that your baby will come safely in Jesus' name. You birth with ease in the name of Jesus, and everything about you and your baby will be perfect and fine. You will live in good health in the name of Jesus. So I have come to the end of this video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and share this video to a new mom that might need it. I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye.